Hi, I'm Bogdan from DNN Sharp. In this video I want to show you how you can subscribe user to Constant Contact using an add-on for action form. If you're not familiar with Constant Contact, it is an email marketing software that's online, pretty much like MailChimp is. And this is actually the third email marketing software that we integrate with. The other two are MailChimp and Campaign Monitor. So let me jump right into action. So I have already created a page and I will add a new action form module here. I've already installed the Constant Contact add-on on this website. So I'll go into manage form, and here on the startup screen you can basically see there are two templates for subscribing to Constant Contact, as well as an unsubscribe form. And these are basically just forms that are pre-configured with some fields and the action. And you can actually use the action in other forms as well, and I will show you that later in this video. And here you have we prepared two different forms for subscribing users to mailing lists. We have one that is the basic form you see on all websites with first name, last name, and email. And then we have a more complex form that has that collects various information and passes it to Constant Contact to build a full profile. I will start with a simple form, and you will see that the first name, the last name, your email fields are already in there. I also have some custom fields in here, but I can get rid of them, and I also have some hidden fields, and I will also get rid of those. You can probably also get rid of the first name and last name. Only the email is required for subscribing to a mailing list. And then you have the subscribe button, and here is important to see the action, which is called subscribe to Constant Contact. And here you would have to configure the API key and token and the list name to which to publish. And here you also have some additional data that you can pass in the fields. So I could pass any number of custom fields, like you saw the fields above, or in this case I will just pass the first name and last name. And notice how I can select which one is the email field, since I may have multiple email fields in the form. If, for example, this was a company registration form. And I will switch real quick to my campaign, to my Constant Contact account to grab this API key and token. Let me show you how you can get a API key. So you have to go to Constant Contact Developer. And you see here there's an API key sections, and it will provide you all the steps that you have to take in order to have an API key. So basically you have to create an account and then request an API key. I already have an account. And you can see I have here an API key and a secret token. And you have to grab this and put them in the administration console here, and then you need to specify the name of the list where you want to subscribe the user submitting this form. And to do this, we'll go to the contacts in Constant Contact, and here you can create lists, and I already have a test list here, and it's called General Interest. Okay, so I'm basically done. The next action is just probably displaying a confirmation message saying that you have been subscribed successfully. Okay, so let me save this. And I will go back to demonstrate its functionality. So I'll just put my email address, hit subscribe, and I'm done. And to confirm, I will just go back to the mailing list and maybe do a refresh. As you can see, here I am, a new subscriber, and I don't have the name because I didn't provide one. So this is the basic functionality. Now what you can do next, you can start creating custom profiles. Like for example, this one has city, company, and you can create any number of custom properties, and then you are not restricted to use this action inside a subscribe form. You can do it as part of the registration. Let me show you how you do that real quick. So I will just start with a new action form module. Go to manage form, and here I will start with a let's start with a registration form. So I have a registration form, and now on register, on the register button, on click, a new user will be created. Here some profile is updated, and then the user is automatically logged in. And finally I want to log in the user, and you can find it here in add action, email, subscribe to constant contact, and basically this is what you have to do. And then which one is the email field? Just one email field, the list name, the API key, the fields that we've already used, and then you can start appending like first name, last name, phone, and all the fields from the registration form that you wish to pass into constant contact. And you can also use tokens, like for example, let's say you want to pass the user ID, you can use user ID, and let's say actually is the other way around, and pass it under user ID profile property. And then you can also pass even portal ID, and then you can pass basically anything that DNN token support or my token support. So basically you can create tokens for everything and pass all the data related to this user. I will not add any fields in this registration form. Let me just save it and demonstrate it to you real quickly, that when I create a new account, and I will have to log out first, I am automatically subscribed to constant contact. And to make things more interesting, let's put a checkbox that says to subscribe to newsletter and only submit to the list when that checkbox is ticked. So let me go back to the form, and I'm adding a new field, which is a checkbox field, and I will call this subscribe to newsletter. And now I have this token here, and just to see some of the power of the action form, I can use this token to conditionally enable or disable an action just by placing it in the condition of the action. So I have this subscribe to constant contact, and here in the condition field I will provide this, let me grab it again, I will provide this name as a token, something like that. And in this case this is a Boolean expression because this is either true or false, because it's a checkbox. But if it was like a text box, this would actually be a string, and I would have to compare it to something to create a Boolean expression. Otherwise this condition will not work. Okay, so I put this into the condition, I will save, and I will go back, log out, and try to create a new account. Okay. I will use a different email address to see the difference. Okay, and I will tick the subscribe to newsletter. Obviously I didn't place this where I should have. Okay, I'm subscribing now. And we are done. We are now logged in as John something. Let's go to the constant contact list, refresh it, and confirm that the new user subscribed to the list. And as you can see, the new user has been added here. So this is basically it. I've shown you how to create a simple subscribe form and how to use this subscribe action as part of another workflow. And the unsubscribe action can also be used, and the action unsubscribe form in the same manner. I hope this helps, and thank you for your time.